So the latest news is we have a bond that is going to be out. Early voting begins October 20th, which is on Monday, through October 31st. We are going out for a bond. We need some of our facilities to be upgraded. We also need a new career and technology building, also a performing arts center. And so this bond is to go out and get this bond for our school district, which is very important. And so we are the biggest entity south of San Antonio. And although our enrollment has kind of declined, but our students' growth continues to grow. And so we just want to make sure that every child gets that opportunity to have those resources for them. And so this bond is very important to our school district.
And the size of the bond?
Okay, so Proposition A is for $385 million. So this one is for district-wide renovations and improvements, which includes the Career and Technology Center. And then Proposition B is for $75 million, and this is to authorize the Performing Arts Center.
What's the feedback so far from the residents in Brownsville? Are you getting? Can you judge? Is it going to be something that's going to get support?
As of right now, I personally see a 50-50. So we do have a 50-50 for and against it. So we're really hoping that our community can see this as an investment for our students, because this is very important for the future of BISD.
So if it's 50-50, why would people be opposed to helping kids get educated?
I think it's the lack of maybe the education part of the bond. They see it as a tax increase. And so there is a slight tax increase, but it's not going to happen all at once. It's going to be a gradual increase little by little per year, but it's nothing drastic. And I think most importantly, that's where our community feels that negative, push is the tax increase. But in the end, this does go back to our students. We're competing with charter schools. Now we have vouchers that just passed. And so we need to ensure that BISD is able to stay competitive with the surrounding districts.
What's the current size of the student population in Brownsville? You mentioned it's gone down a little bit. How many students do you have?
Currently, we have about 38,000 students, and we also employ about 6,000 employees.
And you mentioned that the numbers have gone down. What do you put that down to?
So originally, BISD used to be a district of about 50,000 students. And when charter schools started moving into our community, we started seeing a decline. And so we've seen about a decline of 1,000 students per year.
So what point was it at 50,000? How steep has that decline been? It started when?
It started back in 2011 when we started seeing that major decline.
So it's dropped from 50 to 38. Mm-hmm. That's quite significant.
It sure is. Again, we're constantly competing, with our local charter schools. There is so many in our community. I service several districts as with my job, and BISD is one of those school districts that has the most charter schools in the community compared to others surrounding us.
Another recent factor we've heard, for example, La Jolla School District, they've lost about 300 students, it's said, because of the ICE raids, because of the fear, parents keeping their children at home, for fear of them being rounded up. Have you experienced anything like that in Brownsville?
Yes, we have. Unfortunately, we have families that did not bring their kids back. They went back home. They left on their own. We currently still hear about families where mom got evicted from, their rental, and the kids are U.S. citizens, but mom isn't. And so even like this, some of the shelters are not even taking some of our families due to, the immigration status that these families hold. So we are seeing a decline, because if the parents don't know where to go, they're going to go back home, which means they go back to their home country and they leave our district.
And of course, that means less funding for the school district.
Yes, less funding. We don't get much. We get about $6,000 per student. This has not changed since 2019, so the student allotment has not changed. And so we did see a slight increase, but it was only about a $200 increase. So I do ask that our community go out and support this bond, because this does go back to the children. This is an investment to our children. I don't know anybody that would want to be against a child. And so in the end, we're here to serve our students regardless of where they come from. And so we just want to make sure that we give them the best that they deserve.